the Church of Jesus Christ. What does it mean for the church to be spiritual? A key misunderstanding on this point has often led to an ineffective church in our day and a failure to live out God's role for us. The Bible speaks repeatedly about the spiritual and how important it is. But because Greek philosophy, by way of Plato, has often entered into our thinking, we have an ongoing tendency to think that the spiritual is opposed to the physical. We often think that the spiritual is some other world, and the physical is this world that we're stuck in just for the moment. Many have misunderstood and abused Jesus' words when he said, "My kingdom is not of this world." He isn't denying that his kingdom is in the world or on the earth. He's talking about its source, its origin. Jesus means that the source of his kingdom is not this sinful, fallen world. The source of his kingdom is the power of God. But make no mistake, his kingdom is here in this fallen world, and Jesus Christ is Lord of this world. Jesus did not come primarily to take us away from this earth. He came to reclaim it from the sin and death that has infected it. When he taught us to pray, he didn't teach us that we should ask to be removed from this physical world to a cloudy place of non-physical spirituality. He instructed us to pray for his kingdom to come on this earth. He taught us to pray that his will be done here, and that for things to be done on this earth as they're done in heaven. Jesus died in the body and rose again so that our bodies could be raised. He will one day judge not only individuals, but nations and kings. Why would we think that we're not to be involved in those things? Salvation would not come to the world by means of politics, but a saved, redeemed people will absolutely have an effect on the real, physical, political world that we inhabit. That's been true through the entire history of the church, at least when it has understood its role and God's design. Christians invented hospitals, universities, constitutional governments, most of Western legal tradition, science, and a host of other tangible goods because they realized that spiritual is not the opposite of physical, but rather a godly way of living in this physical, material, God-created world. In the Apostle John's vision in Revelation, when the final trumpet sounds, the voices in heaven shout, "The kingdom of the world has become the kingdom of our Lord and of his Christ, and he shall reign forever and ever." That reign will not be fully unveiled until Christ returns, but we are here as his representatives announcing that the world is his. That's why we get active and involved, to be salt and light in our world, not so that we can someday be whisked away while this is all crumpled up and thrown away, but so that we bring Christ's rulership to bear now in anticipation of his return and reign.